It's 2020, guys. If you can't figure it out, you're doing something wrong. What's going on, guys? Told y'all I'm trying to get back in this little video game. But something happened that I wanted to talk about, and I figured, come on here and talk about it. Make a video on it. So you guys seem to like that stuff. And it does me good. Gets me to vent, gets me to remind myself of stuff. And so we're parked up. It is Tuesday night. Uneventful week. I didn't have to park up this weekend, but the problem is I have to park up next weekend. So I didn't park up, and that's the first time, I think, in 2 months that I haven't had to leave on Sunday. I actually had 2 full days, but it's good. Last week was really uneventful. I think I mentioned that I was going on the dove hunt, and that was a blast. But that one day off of work cost me about $700. So I needed to be off on Friday. So I delivered my load on Thursday, and I went home. I'm done. No reason to reload. They said, hey, can you reload Sundays? I won't be home on Sunday in time. I can reload Monday. But guess what Monday was? And I knew this. Again, planning, because planning is going to be the point of this video. I was prepared and said, no, I won't be home in time on Sunday to get a load. And okay, well, just call us Tuesday morning, we'll get you a load. So went home Thursday, no load Friday, didn't load Thursday, deliver Friday, off Saturday, off Sunday, out dove hunting. Wasn't loaded Monday because we were closed because it was Labor Day, and I didn't get a load till Tuesday, which I did not deliver until Wednesday. Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, 3 loads. So between the load on Friday and the 2 loads that I missed that week, my paycheck's gonna be about half. I think my total was like $750 for those 3 loads, which ain't bad. Because I'm at 32%. 32% paid off. And I'm at 32% because I parked up. I maxed out park up points in September. I had 5 park ups. And so on the scale, I mean, my revenue is up, my out of route is down because I'm very adamant about out of route planning, foreshadowing for the video, planning my routes and that kind of thing. So we're at 32%. I don't think I'll get it next month because I have not parked up because I was off on that Friday and then I didn't park up today. So I've lost 2 weekends of park up points. That's 7 points. So I probably have to park up this Sunday, and I think there's two weekends left. Only 2 weekends left this month. For some reason, it's a short month, but 5 paychecks in October. We'll make up for it. We planned for it. So what am I talking about with planning? As I said in the intro, it's 2020. The information is out there. That doesn't mean it doesn't get confusing. So when it comes to route planning, I use a ton of tools. And this took me a while starting out. It is 10 times easier because I'm on Texas dedicated, but line haul, it's still applied. And I use an array of tools for different purposes. So your first one that you will be required to have when you go to TMC orientation, Motor Carrier Atlas. This is the trucking Bible. This is page upon page of maps and restricted routes. And I paid for the laminated one. You should pay for the laminated because this thing is still in pristine shape because I use it a ton. And so I'm very proud I got the laminated one for sure. You definitely have to have this. TMC doesn't make it an option. And I'd have it even if TMC didn't make it. So when I get my load screen, and I'm using my phone to record. So I'll use my fake iPod phone, right? So I'm going to get my load on my TMC app and on my Trimble, and it's going to tell me where to go. All right, that's cool. So the first thing I do is I want to figure out where this address is. I look on the map, look on the Trimble. This is the Trimble, and it's funny that it worked out this way because this will actually come into play in the story. My Trimble, it has navigation, and I don't know if you can see that, but right now I'm 27.4 miles from my destination. Except that my destination's like 100 yards in front of me. But the Trimble is the only TMC approved electronic navigation aid. And what that means is if you use your phone or you use your GPS or you use, I talk to Joe and Jim Bob, and you get yourself on a road that you're not supposed to be on, you're going to be in trouble. Because that ain't TMC's policy. And it makes sense. You go all cowboy and go where you want to go, and you get down the road and you run off the road because it's not wide enough. That's on you. Route planning is on you. So anyway, so whenever you pull into a destination, whether you're getting loaded or you're getting empty, or you're getting loaded or whatever, the screen will pop up. Have you arrived? Yes, I've arrived. Screen pops up that you fill out with the information for when you're empty. I'm not empty, so I'll suspend that. And the next thing pop up is going to come up and say, do you want navigation to wherever you're going? I click yes. Whether I'm never going to look at that thing again, where I've been there 4 million times, I always click yes because it runs in the background. I can change the screen to my drive screen. I don't have to use navigation. I have the voice turned off, so it's not talking in my ear, nothing crazy like that. I have that as a backup option. Then take the random McNally Overdrive 7. Don't get the 8. It's only an inch more, and it ain't worth it. So, Overdrive 7. And I put my address in there, even if I've been there 1 million times. Why would you do that? Because the random McNally, along with my Trimble, both remind me of weigh stations. I've yet to bypass a scale. They tell me when a weigh station's coming up, so when you need to get that load check and you want to push and you go, oh crap, I forgot about this weigh station, you got time. I can do rest areas, I can do fuel, I can do truck washes. I use my random McNally as my backup to my Trimble. If they're going to the same place, especially if they're going to the same place, I use my random McNally for all my stops. And because, you have to stop in the first 50 miles to do a load check. So I want to punch that in and figure out where I'm going to get my first stop. You got to do one every 150 miles or 3 hours. I can plan my whole route. Even when I'm going, if I get my map, I start and put where I'm going to end, then where I'm going to pick up, and then all my stops in between. And I have my entire route plan in my random McNally as far as stops. Then, I'm going to tell you this, and listen to me very carefully. Then I use Google Maps. Do not, under any circumstances, use Google Maps for navigation. It is for cars. This is not for you. Don't do it. You asking for trouble. Don't do it. When you think, I'm going to use Google Maps, don't do it. I will pull it up, and if the route matches, that's great. I immediately go to satellite view of where I'm delivering, because Google Maps have street view. And so I'll look at it and say, okay, that's where I'm going. My TMC app has satellite imagery, but it doesn't have the street view. So I make sure this and that are going to the same place. All right, cool. All right, this is what the place looks like. Verifies I'm at the right place. Got it. And then I'll hey, there's 2 entrances. Which one? Go to street view, and I'll look at this one. Typically, truck entrance. All right, so I know when I get there that I need to go into the second entrance. I also use it for interchanges because you get written directions. Turn right. Well, if I'm going to turn right, okay. So when I get to that right turn, there are 2 right-hand turn lanes, and I want to be the outside one, so I got room to make my wide turn. I can see that before I ever get there, and I'll go out about 5 miles or the major turns. So even if I'm going somewhere like this place right here, I've never been here before, but I GPS'd it, got where I was going, realized that Trimble was wrong, but the Trimble was wrong, but the written directions in my TMC app were right, so I verified that matched with my Overdrive, my random McNally, and I looked at my Google Earth and said, wait a second. It wants me to go up to this road, turn right, and turn in a driveway here. But there's a new driveway that's built here that apparently nobody knows that's going to lead me right where I need to go. It's just right where I am. So that is, in a nutshell, how I route plan. I get all my technology and my hard map and everything working together. And I'm going to let you know about a secret. So I get a load on Friday going to Dallas. And the Trimble has a location. Put in the random McNally, it has a location. I don't pay attention on Friday because I'm going home for the weekend that they don't match up. But I put in Google Maps, and the Trimble and the written directions in the TMC app all line up. So I'm going to turn here, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to hit my dump valve here. I have got it planned out. Get to my truck on Monday, and look everything up, load it in, and well, now that it's actually about to happen, even though I know where I'm going because I'm such a good route planner, I noticed that there's like a 6-mile difference between where that's going and where that's going. So I put it in Google Maps. Google Maps is going where the Trimble's going. And I pulled out the little secret weapon. The bill of lading. You get this on every load. You can't go anywhere without this. 9 times out of 10, there ain't a doggone thing on that BOL you need to know. But it had a phone number because I'd called and checked in with the guy. And at the bottom, it says southwest corner of this and this. So, as it turns out, the written directions in the app were wrong. Google Maps was wrong. The Trimble was wrong. And the Ramming Alley was right. But if I wasn't paying attention and not route planning a little bit more carefully and then doing every load, I would have done with the second TMC driver, because there were two of us going to that location. And he was about 45 minutes late. But I'm not going to rag on him, because guess what? The guy that was there, worked for one of the building companies there to unload us, he went to the wrong place. Because everybody just relied on the technology and said, oh, this is where I'm going. This is where it says to go. Turn left, turn right. And the written directions say this. Things happen out here. The Trimble has the wrong address. I don't know why it has the wrong address, but the written directions were right. You have to do a little bit of thinking in the thinking game out here, or you're going to end up like I was. Here's a perfect example. 2 weeks ago, BOL says go to this address. The directions say go to this address. The Trimble says go to this address. And now it says go to that address. And I got to that address. And I rolled into the job site. I said, hey, I got your drywall. Oh, that's for Tony. I'll go get him. So I start unstrapped and get my strap off, get a couple straps off. I ain't seen Tony. I go, well, where's Tony? Oh, he's got a great hard hat. He'll be out here in a second. I'm like, all right, I'm going to slow down because nobody seems to know where Tony is. And the guy comes in and goes, let me see your paperwork. So on the paperwork, he goes, well, you're not at the right place, sir. I was like, this is the only construction site anywhere around here. Well, this is a movie theater. I was not delivering to a movie theater. I was delivering to a senior care center that's being built. So I get on the phone with my fleet manager, and he's like, oh yeah, you got the wrong address. So the BOL had the wrong address. Everybody had the wrong address for this job. It was actually 7 miles away, and then what a daggum thing I did wrong. It's going to happen out here. You can only control what you can control. But you have got to take the time. I can route plan in about 15 minutes now. I've got my system, and I rushed you through it. I didn't go necessarily into all the details of it. But, at least there's nobody yelling at me. All the details. But basically, that's how it goes. That's the easiest thing I can tell you. I mean, you've got to take time to plan. Use every bit of information you can. Make sure everything jobs, because if that jobs, Google Maps jobs, your BOL jobs, you're going to the right place. And you can turn your radio off 5 miles before you're getting where you're going, which is what I do. And when you roll up to that turn, there's going to be 2 left turn lanes here. Okay, it's a right turn lane there. Oh, it's a shopping center, so I got to be careful. I don't only want to use this entrance. Route planning will save your rear end out here. It'll also save you money, or make you money, because my outer route is like 3%. And that's just because that's the way the system is built. I mean, this one was supposed to be 217 miles, and it was actually 221 miles, because you're always going to have a little bit. That's why on your point system, more TMC information, it starts at like 4%. Anything under 4%, you get points for, because they just know there's going to be some out of route. So there you go. Route planning. Do it. Save your butt. God bless. Let's get rolling.